This is Remix Report with your hosts, DJ JD and DJ J Spring.
All right, everybody, welcome to Remix Report. We actually have a couple special guests joining us today. We're doing a little promo for Paddy's Palooza, which is coming up this weekend, Saturday the 23rd, Sunday the 24th. Before we go into that, let's just introduce everybody real quick. I'm Jay Spring, and I'm joined by
JD.
You guys might not remember JD. It's been a little while.
It's been a while since we've done a Remix Report video, but yeah.
We're also joined by Shawnee Ho, who's going to be with us on Sunday at Paddy's, as well as dskchk, who's in the other screen, who will be there Sunday as well. And this is like a new... We're used to seeing you a little bit different. What's going on?
I came ill prepared, I guess. Figured this is like the turned down dskchk right here. This is like, time to chill and talk. Dskchk. That's you don't really hear me too well with the Guy Fawkes mask on.
How many Guy Fawkes masks do you actually own?
I actually don't own that many. You know what's funny? At like every show, usually just ask the promoter to buy a few masks, and just so I have them, usually I'll hand a couple of them out to some of the people in the crowd, but also a lot of times I genuinely keep them because I need them. But there's like different versions, you know what I mean? There's like the Chinese made version, the ones you can get from like Amazon, Walmart, which are the original authentic V for Vendetta ones. Those are the ones I only like to wear because they're the only ones that fit. So there's like 3 different versions. Then there's like the really, really Chinese versions, which they're just they fall apart in like 1 hour.
Well, let's I guess we'll start from the beginning here. Let's take it back 1 second, and we'll talk about the Palooza real quick. This is the 3rd annual Paddy's Palooza that always takes place at the end of the summer at Paddy's Beach in Mesquamaket, Rhode Island. Is it Mesquamaket or Westerly?
It's Mesquamaket.
Mesquamaket,
yeah.
Okay.
Put on by Insight Events.
Insight Events, NV Concepts, After Dark Promotions. So there's a lot of people behind this. And this is like a special year for Paddy's because they've really stepped it up a notch. They've had some big names this year, like Danik's been there, GTA, Just Blaze was just there a couple weekends ago. Our friends at Disco Fries, Tommy Sunshine. Are we forgetting anybody?
I'm sure.
I know Gecko and Torres are supposed to be there as well as Party Favor, and they those dates got rained out. But the weather's looking good for this weekend.
Was Beckles and Torres supposed to be there?
They were supposed to be there. That's their hat right there.
Beckles and Torres? These guys?
Shout out to those guys right there.
I'm rocking my Richmond hat.
We got a lot of dope New England DJs that are going to be there these 2 days. Saturday, Vinny Vibe, Jeff LeClaire, Justin DuPont, Tommy D will all be there. And Sunday, we got the Sunday crew right here. Unfortunately, JD, you were already booked that day.
I'm predisposed that day, but this is my first Paddy's Palooza that I'm gonna miss. It's kind of
that's too bad.
It's a sad time.
Explain to me, what am I in for? I mean, Sunday I'm coming in the dark here. Or
have you seen any videos of what Paddy's has been like this year?
Of this outdoor summer kind of beach venue.
We'll have to show you the video from Danik because I know they got good video from that day. But anyway, Shawnee, you're gonna be there Sunday. I'll be there. dskchk is going to be there. Now, first we're going to ask you because I think a lot of our viewers have probably seen some of your other performances, and you do give a performance. That's like your thing. You put on a show when you DJ. And what do you have any ideas how that's going to be different at the beach, because that's not your normal setting?
Every show is different. Every show depends on the venue, the crowd, if it's a hard take a theater room, you get a little more action on the stage. You can do some more fun stuff, more interaction. I got Fantasia coming up. That's totally different. With me and Audie, it's going to be more of a spectacle, bringing in the performers from the Cirque du Soleil style performers, and then interacting with them as well with the crowd.
See, a lot of the stuff you've done has involved a roof. There's going to be no roof above you this time.
Oh, okay. Yes. I mean, I'm probably gonna just stick more towards the performance end of it, being like the beatboxing, a little bit of scratching, a little turntablism, just fucking it up on the decks more so than any of the more animated kind of stuff. I mean, me as a performer, It's part of my MO as a DJ. I really don't go the direction of like, popping bottles of champagne and spraying them or jumping, diving into the crowd. Like I'm not in that direction. More so that it's just for me. It's like, if you're watching me perform, you can feel that I feel the music, because that's what it's for me. It's like just really just loving what I'm playing at the moment. And I mean, I'm behind a mask, so most of the time, it's not about my face, but my eyes, people don't know it, but they're usually closed. I'm just enjoying the music, and I think people kind of reciprocate that vibe, because that's part of my performance. Is just the looking at the kind of the movement and the hand motions and the things that, like, I mean, I'm genuinely in the moment. I'm in the music, and if, like I said, it could be 10 people or 10,000, to me, it wouldn't really matter.
So there might be some scratching, there might be some beatboxing, but there's not going to be any cakes being thrown this weekend.
No, that's not my trademark. That's Stevie Aoki's. That's his thing. That's what he's known for. He's hustled his way to the top, and good for him for what he does. And no one should hate on it. Guy grinds. If you don't know him from behind the scenes, he does it right. So a lot of performance DJs, quote unquote, can look up to somebody like that, from just stepping away from the booth more so and just being more interactive with the crowd. I mean, who cares? You got 2 minutes or minute breakdown in between a track. What are you gonna just stand there and dance with your fingers?
There are some people who do that.
Something interactive. I give them total props.
And as far as DJing goes, before dskchk really ever came about, you were DJing long before that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I've been quietly DJing around pretty much all over, just doing like the normal grind most DJs deal with, the dive bars, the getting paid $50 a night, just the stuff that you kind of hustle on, that really is like almost like the college of DJing.
I would have killed for $50 when I first started DJing. I would have killed to make 50.
It depended on the era and the time of when things were popping, like back in, like, I'd say circa 99 to 2004. It was like a resurgence is happening now. So there's you see a lot of the open format DJs transitioning into the electronic dance music producing DJs, and that opportunity wouldn't be there if the people weren't really getting into it and getting into the music and stuff. But yeah, the price points, they go up, but that's because there's more demand for something like this, and there's a lot of growth still to go. It's not over yet. It's gonna be a lot of it. So you can be a DJ starting from literally scratch, and if you hone your production skills and stuff, then you can make it to the top, no problem these days.
That's very true.
So let's talk about some production. What you have any new tracks coming out that you're gonna be playing this weekend that people should be looking forward to?
Yeah, I usually always play about like 6 or 8 tracks that are like kind of like in the original to remix direction. Right now, for this last year, last 2 years, 2 big projects have been going on for me, and the musical side of that is just working with a lot of producers, and most importantly, interacting and kind of networking with a lot of great singers, producers as well. Because at first I was kind of like, I just want to do the tracks myself, and hone my skills and really get good at it, so that once I started releasing original pieces, I'd have a little bit of that base. So at the moment, I've been testing out a track called Shit Show right now. It was ironically kind of just a spoof, and one of the heads over at Stadium Red down in New York City, the recording studio, he took a liking to it, and the whole team seemed to really vibe on it, and so they're pushing it out there to see who wants to bite. Maybe we'll find a home on a label. That process literally just started happening last week, so we'll see what happens with it. I'm pretty excited about that track because it's a party time track. It left off where like we had the call and responses of like the electro hip hop era that like you kind of miss a lot of coming back into play. But for me, that track, I'll send you guys a clip to throw in there. But that track is like kind of my head runner at the moment on the more party anthem dance style. So it's got a little bit of a kind of a mixed vibe between some kind of deeper house / meets Melbourne meets the big room kind of tonal kick. And the track, it took me not a long time to just put the track together. It just kind of, how it is when you're producing, it just clicks and you run with it. And then the lyrics that I wrote for it was a joke. It was supposed to be a spoof, but I started really getting into it, and it was almost like kind of how Slick Rick used to do when he would tell a story. That's how I wanted the lyrics and the 2 verses to go for this one. before the pre and before the chorus drop.
So this was supposed to be like almost like that Saturday Night Live song, almost like that "When Will the Bass Drop" kind of thing. Is that kind of
the Da Vinci track? Yeah. No, I mean, it has lyrics. And you listen to the lyrics, it actually, like, it's funny. You know, it's funny, it's dry wit, it's like East Coast style, like, you know, real Northerners type of music. People can really relate to it. I mean, if you're a guy in a club, you'll hear a lot of the kind of the trending words that I wrote into it, like basic bitch, ratchetry, bye Felicia, things that are real trending right now. That's like the stuff I say. So what I ended up singing it is the way it came across. And, you know, to me, it's it's, as I like to say, it's like the song you love to hate, but you hate to love. You know what I mean? It's just going to happen to be that. And that might be the fate of it, but that's not the only thing. That's the one track out the gate I'm going to probably start just pushing out to all the radios, blogs, and labels. But on the more like vocal electro side, I've been working with some great singers. I've been working with some other good producers too. One that was recently Boston based is now moving to LA, Salda. He's a great producer. I went to Berkeley, so we teamed up with another Berkeley singer, Mickey Blue, who just ended up doing 2 tracks. Or actually, we ended up doing 3 tracks. I did one with her solo, and then 2 more coming out. One's called Superhuman. That's you know, kind of a more radio-friendly vocal track, and then the other is Daydream. And then I'm working on a really fun project with Mickey Blue. On another thing, I'll get to that in a minute. That's a little less music-based and more into the film industry end of it. But the tracks that I'm working on with her, she actually just got picked up on Mike Studd's latest EP. So she just got a really big featurette on that, and just right out the gate started running with that. So I'm excited with working with some good vocalists. She isn't the only one. I got another 2 that I'm working with. But outside of the original tracks, the one kind of a coup d'etat is a track that I'm working on with my buddies from LA called Lost Kings. They've just been making waves lately.
I've actually heard Lost Kings, some of their stuff.
Yeah, I've been working with them a lot, and just, you know, right from get-go on the direction of where they're going to go. So they're looking to be put into the spotlight pretty quick. So I keep an eye out on Lost Kings for sure.
Awesome. So everyone who's coming on Sunday will be able to at least get a taste of Shit Show, right? That's
I usually just drop it right in the beginning of the night, or you know, it depends on the room. You know, it depends on the vibe, who's opening, what the support track that comes out is going to be. If I feel like beatboxing, if I feel like, you know, just jumping into more of high energy stuff, or kind of work my way.
So this isn't pre-planned at all. This is just, you're gonna feel the moment.
I'm like the worst at planning my sets. Even at like a Fantasia, like I mean, people, you know, will see backstage. It's kind of a humongous production. So working with the whole team and then trying to coax all the support artists to make sure everybody's working on their on in essence the choreography, or at least the moments that we're trying to like keep in timeline, so that we meet our limit of the night. It's tough. People know I'll be backstage like hours before Fantasia, just about to go on, and I'm still fixing my crate up.
Well, Shawnee, you're going to be there too on Sunday. I know you're a big fan of like the beachy kind of kind of stuff. That's one thing that's cool about Patty's is that's like one of the best places. There is no better place.
Patty's is definitely the best beach party going on in New England right now. I mean, there's nothing like it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
So what style are you planning on playing on Sunday?
Well, I'm doing the opening set, so I'm not gonna go too hard. You know, like probably a little bit of deep house, and then get into some more electro, you know, progressive stuff. I'll probably drop it down a little bit to some twerk, because I've been a big fan of that. You know, I like to incorporate. I'm an open format DJ, so I like to give the crowd a little variety of everything. So
people should expect to hear a little bit of everything on Sunday, especially if they get there early.
Yeah,
you get that
because
chill out vibe to start.
You know.
Now just check. Do you play any twerk and trap in your sets at all, or are you straight like EDM, like 128?
I mean, my brand's faceless. There's no limitations to what I'm going to end up playing. It depends on the mood, and again, it also depends on what I feel like the crowd's going to be. You go into certain markets, and you really, you know, some markets like tertiary markets could be like 6 to 12 months behind. You got to play like a more safer set or more casino kind of club gig set, because the people don't have like such a developed palette towards like a specific genre of whatever it is, subgenre of dance music. So you kind of have to like have all your crates like lined up just in case. And I do not like to prep sets. I like to let it just go with the night, let it go with the vibe of the people. You know, a little bit of like hands up, call and response stuff, just to get them pumped, get them interacting with me, and then take it from there. But as far as like putting trap, dubstep, and everything into sets, I've definitely been known to do that. On my SoundCloud, you can pick up the trap trans pack that I have up there. It's just I usually like to drop a couple of those transitions in there, just to save me some time, and of course it's a great little thing for DJs to have, just to prep some kind of part of your set, so that, you know, every so often, if the dance floor isn't moving and grooving, you might need to like slow the tempo down just to give them a little bit of time to catch their breath. So for sure, you definitely should. You know, I certainly like to play about, you know, at least move it down to those tempos. I mean, I if it came to it, one night I might just go straight hip hop for like old school classic throwback golden years of hip hop for like a good hour. You know, I just haven't had the chance to do it. So when the time comes, we shall see. But again, it's about the crowd, and you know, that's what I'm here to do, is entertain.
Awesome. And I'll be there as well on Sunday. And one thing I can say is that I was there Sunday last year. It was probably one of the worst sets I've ever played in my entire life. Normally I wouldn't admit that, but it was just terrible. And pretty much everything that I played, like a lot of new music that I never played before, and just nothing went right. It was just a mess. And I remember I even echoed out. One of the worst mistakes I make as a DJ is I'll echo out of a transition. You know what I'm talking about. So the BPM is messed up in Serato, and it just disaster. There's actually two things that my two weaknesses as a DJ, besides that I don't know how to scratch and I don't do good at reading the crowd. Besides those two things, my two weaknesses are that one is that if you give me like wires that are all wrapped wicked nicely, all I have to do is touch them, and they're just unbelievably just turn to a mess. It's like the craziest thing.
I'm actually smiling and laughing underneath. Don't worry.
The other thing is that I always echo out of transitions like a retard. So those are my two big weaknesses. I'm gonna try to avoid the echoing out of transitions this year.
So if seeing dskchk and Shawnee on Sunday wasn't temptation enough, go see Jay Spring. Totally fucked up.
No, that's the whole thing. That was last year. This year, I've been looking forward to this all year. So I'm gonna put on one of my best sets this year.
Ah.
Yeah.
Way to ring them in.
Yeah. Hey. So, is there anything else that either of you guys want to add for this? This is going to be an awesome event. I know I've been looking forward to it as a DJ. I know you guys have too, but I think the crowd, everyone's been looking forward to this because last year was awesome.
I know I'm going to be sitting there looking at my Facebook and Instagram while I'm at this other event. Hopefully you guys will post some videos.
Yeah, we'll be posting
I'll
some
definitely
videos
post
for sure.
some videos.
I'm curious to see, just check what you're going to do at the beach, because like we said, this is a little bit different for you, and I'm sure you have something that...
It could go a million ways. I mean, it's like I did the No Sugar at it down at during Winter Music Conference last 2 years in a row, and you know, that's like I just play straight up tech. Like I didn't venture anywhere away from it, and it was just funny because it was hard challenge for me because the crowd was in the main stage area, and I was on before Chainsmokers, and I had to break the room, and I just dropped like one of my bootleggy remixes of the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground, and like at that moment everybody was like, oh, okay, and then I started keeping with that direction, and it went. I might end up taking off from where you guys leave off and go a little bit more on the Nikki Beach kind of direction, or who the fuck knows. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time doing something different, but I mean, obviously this area, you know, I have been to New England a lot, gigging up there, obviously because of MD Concepts. So I think that there's definitely going to be some hard hitting beats, and who the heck knows, might be some twerking. I might even twerk.
Okay, perfect. So
definitely got to see a video of that.
So right. Saturday, Vinny Vibe, Jeff LeClaire, Justin DuPont, Tommy D. Sunday, Shani Ho, dskchk, myself, and we're going to be doing this all for JD, and because he's not going to be there, unfortunately.
Right.
Stream it live. We're going to stream it live to you. Only to you, though.
Sweet. Private stream, right to my phone.
So Patty's Palooza, Saturday, Sunday,
2014
at Patty's Beach, the third annual. I'm excited. Everyone's excited. So hopefully we'll see some of our viewers there, some of our New England viewers.
What time do you start?
I think 1 o'clock.
I think it goes from 1 to
Well, it's going to 1 to
6.
6
So there'll be a good time, and it does get busy early on for these Palooza days. So
what are the exact set times?
I'm not even sure. We'll figure it out as it never goes as planned. It's usually they used to end it at 5, but there's such a big crowd there. That's why they started going till 6. So I think the official ending time is 5, but it'll go much beyond that.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just a shit show.
Yes.
Exactly. It's perfect.
I see.
All right, so that was a good way to wrap it up. We'll be seeing everybody Saturday and Sunday. Thank you, Discheck, for joining us. Thank you, Shani, for joining us. Thank you, JD, for joining us.
My pleasure.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys. Peace out.
See you, man.
Remixreport.com